Hello viewers, so we have this question that says a sinusoidal wave is traveling along a rope. The oscillator that generates the wave completes 40 vibrations in 30 seconds. Also, a given maximum travels 425 centimeters along the rope in 10 seconds. What is the wavelength? Now, in order for us to find the wavelength here, we need to use the formula that says speed is equal to wavelength multiplied by the frequency. Where when we make the wavelength the subject here, our wavelength would be equal to the speed given divided by frequency. So our job is to determine our speed as well as the frequency. Now, from the information given, we're told to say the wave completes 40 vibrations in 30 seconds. Now, whenever you are talking about number of oscillations per unit time or number of cycles per unit time, number of vibrations per unit time, number of crests per unit time, we are basically talking about frequency. So all we have to do is to find our frequency. Our frequency will be equal to the number of vibrations we have is 40. So we have 40.0. And this will be divided by the time that it takes is 30 seconds. So when we punch our calculator, what we are getting is 1.333. It goes like that. So we'll cut it to 3 decimal places. So our frequency in this case is 1.333 hertz. The key is whenever you are given the number of cycles per unit time, that is basically frequency you are given. So we're talking about number of vibrations, number of, it can be whatever cycle you are given per unit time. It implies to say what you have is a frequency. So that information was given so that we can easily find our frequency. So our frequency is 1.33 hertz. Now that we have our frequency, what is remaining is to find our speed. After finding the speed, then we can find our wavelength. Now, we are also given to say maximum travels 425 centimeters along the rope in 10 seconds. If we remember, we can see that we are given the distance per unit time again. We should remember that distance per unit time is also speed. So given the 425 centimeters along the rope in 10 seconds, it implies to say the distance we traveled along the rope is 425 centimeters. And we did that distance in just 10 seconds. So whenever we're given maximum travels, it implies to say we're given the distance through the rope, and we can use that distance and the time given to find our speed. So what we have here is speed can be found by dividing the distance traveled. So we have distance over time. This is a common formula. Speed is called distance over time. And the distance we have here is 425 centimeters. We don't want to find our speed in centimeters per second, so we'll convert 425 centimeters to meters. When we do that, we're going to have 4.25 meters, and this will divide by the time we have is 10.0 seconds. All we have to do is punch our calculators. And when we do that, what we are finding is this is going to give us 0.425 meters per second. So that's our speed. So frequency is got 1.333 hertz. Our speed is 0.425 meters per second. Since we have our speed and frequency, we can basically just find our wavelength easily now. So we'll say our wavelength from here will be equal to the speed we have is 0.425 and this is meters per second, and this will divide by our frequency, which is 1.333 hertz is the same as per second, so we'll put the unit per second. Second and second will cancel. What we have is our wavelength in the unit of meters. So when we punch our calculator there, what we are getting is our wavelength is 0.319. This is meters. Converting this one to centimeters, we'll have it as 31.9 centimeters. So that's our wavelength in meters and in centimeters. So we have it there. This is how you go about this question. Subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook, follow our Facebook page. And if you're watching from TikTok, follow our TikTok page.